Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
Welcome everyone to Eternal Darkness.
Nintendo.
Yes, it's a Nintendo game.
Nintendo?
Yes.
Okay. This is a Nintendo game. You're shitting me.
Yes, it is a
come to
Nintendo
understand.
game, and that's what makes it so special. And by the way, there are two people with me here.
Nice intro. And Silicon... Okay, Silicon Knights explains a lot, actually. They generally do pretty good games. So, what exactly is this? Is this just a regular Let's Play, or are we doing a what the fuck?
I think what the fuck is a good thing for this. You will see why. You'll see why.
I've heard why. Edgar Allan Poe, you fucking psycho. Died drunk in a ditch, and also married his 13-year-old cousin.
That's how people were back then.
There are some who also say that one of his poems predicted the Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
Yeah, it's... Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm waiting for that giant voice to go, Resident Evil, at some point. Just because of the zombie-like thing. Ew. Ew. Who has white around when you're using blood? That is so stupid. It's gonna stain. It's gonna be impossible to get the fuck out.
Oh, you're gonna see a lot of blood in this game, quite a lot. It's not really that gory, but
No, but it uses it well.
but it's being in use. It's in use. Not the humans aren't necessarily bleeding, but okay. So I'm already I played this game 2 times already. So I have the so this is going to be my third playthrough. As you can see here, yeah, I've already completed the way of the red guy and the blue guy. I'm going to explain who they are later. Okay, now listen.
Flesh, bone,
Get used to those
bound
words.
together with the oddest magical incantation.
Flesh
This
and
wretched
bone.
book is where it all began so long
Got it
ago,
memorized.
before time.
No,
Before
you're gonna
humanity.
hear it a lot.
I
Oh,
am
so
Dr. Edward
I
Royvis.
won't have to worry about it. It'll
I
be
am a
ingrained
clinical
in my fucking
psychologist.
brain. That's
I am
good.
also dead. This is not my story, nor even the story of the Royvis family. It is the story of humanity.
Well, you're a fucking
Like it or
pretentious
not,
prick, aren't you?
believe it or not, as you will. Your perceptions will not change reality, but simply color it. Humanity has been on the
Racist.
edge of extinction for 2 millennia, ignorant of so much and dependent on so few. The Guardians grow restless. Their time once again near. Whether by fate or misfortune, my family has crossed their path, and they didn't take kindly to it. Their attention turns to my granddaughter,
Buffy.
for she
Oh,
is
sorry.
the last of my line,
She is
and the
kind
last
of,
hope
sort of,
for
but
humanity.
she's not
basically-
that cool of a character.
Buffy's cool.
I don't know. I didn't
She
watch
fucks
the
2
show,
vampires.
but I don't like the main character. Well, okay, now just the zombies, kill the zombies.
It's New Jill. I do like how where you're targeting glows. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, and you can choose where to target by
Hey, they're getting ready now.
pressing R, and okay, we're out of ammo.
Yeah, I saw that you were moving around.
But I'm going to explain how it works later. Also, because there is actually a tutorial for that, and
Remember me, Alex?
they do this better than I do.
Okay, so that was a dream.
Yes.
And she goes to sleep
In her
in
clothes.
her clothes, including her
Not in the
shoes.
budget.
Hello?
Miss Alexandra Roivas?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Inspector LaGrasse of the Rhode Island Police. I'm sorry to disturb you, but...
Rhode
there's
Island?
been An
That's where they are?
with your grandfather.
Well, yeah, that's
I'll
where
be on the
the
next flight
thing takes place. And you can notice a weird thing here. The graphics look weird, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. So, wait, Rhode Island? How can anywhere in Rhode Island have a mansion?
Miss Roivas, I'm pleased to meet
don't
you.
ask me.
Rhode
Trust you
Island
had a pleasant trip?
Postage stamp.
Yes, I suppose so, considering.
Yes, my condolences. This is most unpleasant. It's a shame we couldn't meet under brighter circumstances.
Yes, it
I
is.
take you to dinner.
He's
Can we
like,
get
could
this
you
over
stop
with,
hitting
please?
on me?
Of course.
Yeah, I
this
take
way.
you to dinner. Do horrible,
But I
horrible
must warn
things. I
you,
mean,
it's not a pleasant sight.
It never is a pleasant sight.
No,
yeah,
I'm
you
afraid
ever
there's
notice that? I
not
always,
much to see.
just once, I want to see one where it's like, oh, he died peacefully in a murder. You know? Think of the amount of Clorox it'll
Roivas
take to get that clean.
That your grandfather...
Ah!
Yes, it's him.
How?
He's wearing our family ring.
That doesn't mean dick, lady.
Well...
I don't understand. Why are you showing me this? Can't you check dental records or something? What is wrong with you?
He had no teeth, hon.
I'm sorry. It's my job, lady. You're the only living relative, and no, we can't check dental records. There's no head. None of this makes sense. There's no sign of intrusion, and there was certainly a lot of
Like I-
force used here. I have
Like I
never
said,
seen anything like this in my 20
how-
years on the force.
How can they now be? How can
We
they
have
be
no
sure?
evidence except
He
for the
doesn't have
body.
a head.
And what's left doesn't say much.
Well, I don't know.
have a
They
single
could
clue.
use...
Yes.
You better
Oh,
Yes,
and
that
this
body
is
is
blind.
I'm not leaving Rhode
Yes,
Island
that body
until
is
you do.
currently wearing
There
the
must be
family
some
ring.
clue
I'll
in this old
grant
mansion
that.
revealing what happened.
But
I
what
want
the fuck?
answers.
That
So
doesn't
do I.
necessarily mean.
I wish I had
Ah.
Well, whatever. It is him.
Wait, 2 weeks later.
There is really no plot point
I
connected.
understand. I understand it actually is him. But if you were to look at it from a real world, oh crap! I'm bringing logic into this. Fuck. Never mind.
No, bad. Logic
sorry,
bad.
I'm sorry.
But,
I'm sorry.
And you're
what is-
trying to punch a cock.
Yes, that's what they deserve. Because it's not
The clock-
working.
The clock
And
owes her money.
remember the hour on the clock. It's important. It's 3:33.
333.
Yes.
Half the sign of the devil. Ah.
Actually,
Yeah, but,
no.
what-
It's 111 away from the sign of evil.
It's
444.
Yeah.
Now,
Evil
what are you
man.
referencing?
well, the thing with
What
this
the hell? Why is she walking like that?
I've seen a
because
lot of
I
shit.
make her do that. It's a thing. Sorry. It's
I have
cannot-
seen, Nico, I have seen a lot of shitty stealth movements in games. That's one of the worst.
Yes, that's why I do that all the time. I just love it so much.
I'm waiting for the Pink Panther music to start. Da 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 da.
Yeah. When I was playing this game with my friends, we would always go like when she was walking.
Oh my god. It's like kids who try to play
That's a
spy.
big book.
It's like kids
Let's
who
ignore
try to
that.
play spy. You know? It's like, I'm a spy. No, you're not.
Yeah, but
damn.
it's just
Funny.
so hilarious, and they even put that on the cover of the not really a cover, but the box of the game.
The box art? You're shitting me. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
They put it in the back, like in like her position of stealth.
She has a Roman gladius now.
Yes.
And she knows how to use it. Okay. Fuck, it is
Yeah.
Buffy.
Yeah, she is a pretty cool character, except for the voice acting part, but that doesn't happen very often.
I was actually going to mention that when I first heard her voice. It's like, oh, that's not so nice, actually. It's like a harsher version of Regina's voice, almost.
I really don't like her, and compared to all the other characters that voice acting, she's the worst. And now she's like, wow, it's better than Twilight.
I had no knowledge of what was to come, nor did I care.
I'm not going to say one thing
How the
or the
knowledge
other,
changed
just
me
because I don't like to
will
get
also
into
change you.
extensive arguments about that.
As you read this,
I will say it was poorly
you will
written,
come to learn fear as I have.
and that it was basically
You
fan
too
fiction of
will come
vampire
to
mythology
understand.
as a whole. That's
You will
about
perish.
that's about all I'm going to say on Twilight. At least
think
while we're recording,
that
because
once I could not
I could
see
get into
beyond
quite a
the
while.
veil of our reality.
Chosen.
To see those who dwell behind.
Oh, and
My
it's always a
life
fucking
now has
chosen one.
purpose.
Give me a game
For I
where
have
it's not the
learned
chosen
the
one.
frailty of
It's some
flesh
little dumbass who
and
happens to
bone.
stumble in
I was once
Actually-
a fool.
up.
actually this game sort of goes that way. For the most
Oh. Okay. Oh,
Here is
this is
quies
the guy.
candames.
That's right.
Viris conservandae. Facusatis aquae sumat. Et animus eorum conferma. Pubna huis.
That's right. It does what the
sit
mummy
modo
did
prima
in that
mutarum.
I get English subtitles,
Singeptum
but
confiamus.
they speak in Latin.
Quam primum, Centurio Augustus.
I
I would like to compliment
and
you once
then they
more on your
changed
battle
to
tactics.
English.
Our enemies did not have a chance.
I always thought that
Do you
was really
believe
cool.
that it
It's
really
like, yeah, we
exists,
know they
Centurion?
didn't speak English
Do not
in
doubt
ancient
our
Roman
emperor's
times,
beliefs
but
or his
we're not
orders.
going to do that the whole,
But if we are
the
to
whole
retrieve
truth.
the artifact,
Yeah,
must be strong.
it's acceptable. It really is, just because it would kind of be annoying. But I want to see I want to see a book. I want to see a movie or anything where it does not give you the translation at all.
Well, you can make that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I plan on doing. But yeah, you know, the shing was after the sword was out. Did anybody else notice that?
Yeah, my sound doesn't. It might be the fault of my card. It doesn't really work that well.
It doesn't like me.
It doesn't love me anymore. It didn't. It never did.
Why don't you look at me when we play games anymore? Well, okay, there's one cure for this. Rum.
No, he actually wants to go there.
Yeah, that's what turned him into a skeleton and makes him immortal, right?
Uh-huh. Basically.
I don't know much about this game, but I have seen like the first half hour or so, roughly.
Yeah, and what I really like about it, it's one of the very few horror games that I know from this period of time that doesn't have tank controls.
What?
It doesn't have tank controls.
Awesome.
Yes.
And it's also one of the few horror games that actually horror.
It's not really horror actually. It doesn't rely on jump scare thing. And
You don't have to rely on jump scares to be a horror game. In fact, it's probably better if you don't rely on jump scares.
yeah, and in this temple, I decided to not kill any zombies. I'm just going to decapitate them.
I kind of like that though. Zombies don't die when they're decapitated.
Yeah, and they can still walk if they don't have their head, arms, and arms.
Well, it's kind of it really all kind of depends on what kind of mythology you're going with, what you're trying to do with your zombies. These guys are resurrected using magic,
Yes.
I take. Then yeah, they wouldn't be. Then it wouldn't matter what gets cut off for the most part until you can't sustain anything. It's more about how much
The other
damage
thing
is
that
done.
surely makes them well, makes them fall, like immediately, is getting rid of their corpse, their whole body.
Torso?
Yeah.
Are they throwing stuff?
No, it's just like fire bursting sometimes. It's kind of scary if you're in the mood for that, but I played through this part like a lot of times.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this is the one that's generally unnerving. It's like Silent Hill 2 is one of the few horror games that's actually completely fucking horrifying because of what it is. Because if you think about it, Dead Space, fun game, absolutely fun game.
Well, your LP didn't make it sound like that.
I was playing on the hardest difficulty.
Yes.
I would like it.
Exactly.
I would like it referenced. It is a fun game if you play a little. If you play on the normal. If you play on the normal difficulty, first time through, you're gonna get jumped. You're gonna get killed. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. You're playing on the higher difficulty. Not so much fun.
And one more thing about the zombies, it's really it's a really good idea to actually leave them decapitated and not kill them entirely, because they might attack one another.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, the occupied.
And also, well, there is another thing that we will probably we are going to see in later episodes, so I'm not gonna spoil it. But an interesting fact, this game was actually supposed to be released for Nintendo 64.
You find that happening a lot, actually, because I remember
Fox, the Star Fox Adventures were actually supposed to be different game.
oh, not even
Self-position?
that. Not even better.
Better.
Because he's got one hand kind of back, the other hand kind of forward to make sure he doesn't run any.
Yeah.
Better, a lot better than hers.
Yes, and here it explains how to use the targeting system. Basically what you do, you press R and you choose the side at which you want to slash. If you leave it as, if you don't turn if you don't turn the control stick, you'll press the enemy. If you choose up, you will decapitate them, and if you choose either side, you will get rid of their arms.
Oh, I get it. So pressing R readies your weapon. When you let it go, it slashes forward.
No. You press R, and then you can attack any time with A. A is the attacking.
Okay. I get what you're saying. R is just sort of the target.
Yes, you can actually attack enemies without pressing R, but it's not as effective. And here you have the pedestals. On the red one there was Churga. On the blue one it was Uliov. But we're going to go for the third one because there is no option to go for another thing.
Are we missing anything by going this route?
There is a difference with every route you take, but what this game actually does here, you choose your enemy. That I always found quite interesting. And it doesn't really change the way you attack or your stats or anything like that. So you basically choose what you're going to face. With the monsters of Churga, they're going to be a lot tougher to beat, and they will be able to regenerate their parts. With Uliov, they will be able to perform a lot.
Eons have passed since then.
A lot more powerful
and I
attacks
have
with
learned
magic.
I was once as
and they
naive
will
as a child.
They will drain your magic power
with
if
the power
your
of Xelotharth, I
sanity
can now
is
read
pretty
the
low.
thoughts of others and make them raving mad.
And what about
with a mere
the path you
suggestion.
chose?
Face me,
The Xelotharth
and you
is-
shall surely perish.
It drains more sanity than usual, that I think, and if you decapitate the zombie, well, we're going to see it in the next episode. What I mean, actually, because it's hard to explain that way.
Okay.
On normal pets.
Alright, so see us next video.
Mm-hmm.